Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Friday, December 3rd, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 726 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. From filet mignon and flank to sirloin and skirt, our beefsteak glossary includes all the cuts you need to know. Savory pie recipes that are perfect for chilly winter nights. NY Republican congressional candidate pushes for public health care option. Hawaii under blizzard warning as 12 inches of snow and winds up to 100 miles per hour expected. Kevin McCarthy avoided condemning Lauren Boebert's Islamophobic comments about Ilhan Omar, instead praising her for a phone call that ultimately went off the rails. Sanders to Biden, cut back looming Medicare premium hike. Paris Hilton's wedding planner says one of the most challenging parts of the event was getting guests to give up their phones. Michigan school shooting suspect's mother texted him, "Ethan, don't do it," prosecutors allege. Baltimore man who attacked two Asian Americans with cinder block pleads not criminally responsible. Can you spot the rattlesnake in this photo? Many missed it hiding in an Arizona yard. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Latest on Omicron variant, South Africa and COVID-19, Live News, The New York Times. The parents of the Michigan high school shooting suspect are charged with involuntary manslaughter in connection with the rampage, CNN. Most coronavirus vaccines work as boosters, with higher antibody levels from Pfizer and Moderna, study finds, The Washington Post. Plumber finds cash, checks behind loose toilet and wall at Joel Osteen's Lakewood Church, NBC News. Tech stocks, Omicron concerns pull stock markets down, The Wall Street Journal. Inside the Texas town of 23 people Mark Cuban just bought, New York Post. COVID-19 vaccine demand strains CVS, Walgreens, The Wall Street Journal. U.S. labor market tightening, jobless rate flirts with pre-pandemic lows, Reuters. 1 in 44 U.S. children are being diagnosed with autism, CDC finds, Gizmodo. Biden signs bill to prevent shutdown as Congress turns to debt ceiling, social spending bill, CNBC. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. College coach pulls shocking move during timeout to motivate team. Mostly white jury seated in Daunte Wright trial. Parents of Oxford high school shooting suspect charged with involuntary manslaughter. Martha Stewart says Larry King got amorous with her on a date. For Michael Urie, single all the way is a Christmas wish come true. The KitchenAid stand mixer everyone covets is 42% off right now at Target. Over 100 Michigan school districts closed Friday due to threats after school shooting in state. 23 of the funniest tweets about dogs and cats this week. Notre Dame deserter Brian Kelly seems to use Southern drawl in LSU speech. Show mom how much you love her with these thoughtful holiday gifts under $50. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Priest pleads guilty to 9 counts of rape. $3,000 vaccine bonuses for RI state workers. Former deputy charged with murder. Trans student told to use different restroom. Pedestrian killed when SUV crashes into Walmart. Kids ask about Santa, Mrs. Claus after parade. FD, condos have imminent threat of collapse. Community, leaders condemn anti-Semitic flyers found. Police, teen stabbed by homeless drifter. Man arrested in apparent road rage shooting. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Stocks slide after jobs report sends mixed messages about U.S. economy. Omicron is spreading faster than Delta in South Africa, scientists say. Columbia student is stabbed to death near campus. Vaccine hesitancy is about trust and class. Michigan shooting suspect's parents charged with involuntary manslaughter. In Cyprus, Pope Francis laments indifference toward migrants. Students praised shooter drills at Oxford High, but do they really work? Ghislaine Maxwell brought strict rules to Epstein home, ex-employee says. The Trump conspiracy is hiding in plain sight. Billions for climate protection fuel new debate, who deserves it most? The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Omicron variant of COVID-19 found in multiple U.S. states. Father of autistic boy asks Supreme Court for emergency relief over TSA airline mask requirement. Former ABC producer harassed by Chris Cuomo says internal CNN investigation is insufficient. Daniel Jones will not play against Dolphins, neck injury. And Apis, America and Apis, Got Talent and Apis, star J.J. Phillips dead at 30. Student and Apis, viral brain teaser revealing the different ways to spell and Apis, empty and Apis, has TikTok amazed. Chargers Keenan Allen addresses drops like only a wide receiver can. Michigan school shooting, Ethan Crumbley's parents facing involuntary manslaughter charges. Education freedom is a political winner in 2022, time to give parents school choice. Mark Turgeon, Maryland agreed to part ways in shocking move. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Friday, December 3rd. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Arthur's monster stepmother refuses to face justice. Omicron, revelers get into festive spirit at Winter Wonderland amid fears over Christmas parties. Girl gang attacked lone woman in Manchester like pack of wild animals. Schoolgirl outfits were found at Epstein's New York mansion, court hears in Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Majority of England's Omicron cases are double vaccinated. Ireland brings in new COVID restrictions amid very stark warning in lead up to Christmas. Why aren't we getting the help we need? Thousands of families in Scotland are still without power. Columbia University engineering graduate student, 30, is stabbed to death. Frank Lampard caught driving with coffee and mobile phone, claims cyclist activist Mike Van Erp. Dan Wooten, so if we force people to get jabbed, what's next? Compulsory gastric bans for fatties? The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Germany tightens rules that target the unvaccinated and mulls vaccine mandate amid COVID spike. He lost his best friend in a mudslide. Now he's using coconuts to fight deforestation in West Africa. At Miami's Art Basel, a canvas of global inequality in the pandemic age. Colombian authorities thwart attempt to smuggle tarantulas, cockroaches and a scorpion out of the country. Most coronavirus vaccines work as boosters, with higher antibody levels from Pfizer and Moderna, study finds. Appeals court permits journalist Maria Ressa to attend Nobel Peace Prize ceremony in Norway. Anthony Sher, chameleon-like star of the London stage, dies at 72. Those new COVID measures Biden announced, Europe's been doing that and more for a while. New coronavirus vaccine may eventually be needed for Omicron variant, BioNTech CEO says. Amid heightened tensions, Russia and U.S. make quiet breakthrough on staffing at Moscow embassy. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. COVID live. UK's PM says Christmas should be normal. Ireland announces new restrictions. Magnus Carlsen v Ian Nepomniachtchi, World Chess Championship Game 6, live. COVID, Biden says to beat Omicron variant we have to shut it down worldwide, live. Trump lawyers argue U.S. government should take his place in E. Jean Carroll lawsuit. Top Trump official to plead the Fifth to Capitol Attack Committee. Michigan school shooting, suspect's parents charged with manslaughter. NSO group spyware used to hack at least 9 U.S. officials' phones, report. Joe Biden pledges to make any Russian invasion of Ukraine very, very difficult. Baseball caps are back thanks to succession, but logos are out. Maxwell prosecutors, sexualized photo of young girl displayed outside Epstein bedroom. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Omicron live updates, variant found in 6 people in Nebraska, 1 traveled to Africa. Court hears arguments in Trump rape accusers lawsuit. Columbia University student stabbed to death near campus. Biden signed short-term funding bill, averting government shutdown through February. Police, mother kills 6-year-old son with deer rifle. Judge won't dismiss 25 murder counts against Ohio doctor. Homeowner convicted in killings of 2 teens smoking marijuana. DNA inside Kwang shell leads to suspect in 2001 homicide. Honda recalls SUVs and pickups because hoods can fly open. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Michigan school shooting, parents of gunman charged with manslaughter. Italian man tries to dodge COVID jab using fake arm. COVID, don't panic about Omicron variant, WHO says. Ethiopia closes schools to boost civil war effort. South Africa battles Omicron fear and vaccine myths. Austria ruling party picks Nehammer for chancellor. Alec Baldwin admits career could be over after fatal shooting. Ghislaine Maxwell, employee told not to look Jeffrey Epstein in the eye. Lamine Diack, disgraced athletics boss dies in Senegal. Thailand, newspaper rebuked over hunts Africans headline. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Prosecutor files manslaughter charges against parents of Michigan shooting suspect. Pelosi signs funding measure to avoid shutdown. Prosecutor files manslaughter charges against parents of suspect in Michigan school shooting. 2021 in photos, a fascinating image from every day this year. The AP interview, man who sounded alarm on Omicron. Jobs report shows employers nervous about variants. Biden says he caught a cold from his young grandson. Senator Gary Peters reflects on the Senate floor after a deadly Michigan high school shooting. Senator Debbie Stabenow speaks on the Senate floor about the Michigan high school shooting. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Restaurateur and actor Steve Restivo dies, served dinner to Robert Blake before wife's killing. What we know about LA County's first case of the Omicron variant. 4 storefronts smashed in Burbank burglaries, police say. Inflation, supply chain, wages, rising threats loom over small businesses. Neighbors fear Hollywood's hidden convent is about to go up for sale. A no snow California could come sooner than you think. Podcast, a Chinese tennis star disappears. LA voters back a right to shelter, but are wary of taxes to pay for it, new poll finds. Op-ed, California halted executions, now it should abolish the death penalty. PG&E to pay $125 million in fines and penalties under Kincaid fire settlement. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Friday, December 3rd, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Airlines still owe travelers billions in refunds for flights cancelled in 2020. The Norwegian wolf is extinct. Poland is planning to introduce a centralized register of pregnancies that would oblige doctors to report all pregnancies and miscarriages to the government. Biden warns Russia's Vladimir Putin against Ukraine invasion. Sri Lankan manager killed by mob of workers at Pakistan factory. U.S. State Department phones hacked with Israeli company spyware. Dutch police arrested 50 people on Friday after Kurdish demonstrators alleging that Turkey is using chemical weapons in northern Iraq broke into the headquarters of the global toxic arms watchdog. Omicron triggers unprecedented COVID surge hitting under 5s in South Africa. Vatican takes in 12 migrants as Pope denounces indifference shown towards refugees. Russia positions more forces, supply lines as fears rise of potential Ukraine invasion. Shell 2 go ahead with seismic tests in whale breeding grounds after court win Royal Dutch Shell. Plans to mine Ecuador forest violate rights of nature, court rules. Taliban released decree saying women must consent to marriage. Poland lawmakers reject bill to outlaw abortion. Defeated bill seek to ban abortion in all cases, including rape and danger to a woman's health, with up to 25 years imprisonment. Ukraine says Russia amassed over 94,000 troops at border. The next headlines are from Forbes. Report, Walgreens may sell or spin off European Boots drugstores. Over 100 Michigan schools close Friday after copycat shooting threats pour in. Is the era of stay-at-home stocks over? Here's why Zoom, Peloton and others have slumped in 2021. Michigan school shooting suspects' parents charged with involuntary manslaughter. These are the best vehicles for the money at driving in snow. Russian forces appear well positioned for rapid Ukraine invasion, report says. Unparalleled dedication defines Buck O'Neill's candidacy for early baseball era committee. Blackpink's Lisa matches one of her band's biggest chart feats in the UK with money. 2.2 million in 24 hours, COVID-19 vaccinations in US reach 6-month high amid Omicron variant spread. Ralph Rangnick open to becoming Manchester United's permanent manager. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Science misinformation alarms Francis Collins as he leaves the NIH. The Last Library. AI mathematician and a planetary diet, the week in infographics. Daily briefing, what a healthy, sustainable diet looks like. Omicron variant border bans ignore the evidence, say scientists. How bad is Omicron? What scientists know so far. Omicron is supercharging the COVID vaccine booster debate. Famous space family has a surprisingly peaceful history. Does police outreach cut crime? Efforts in 6 nations give a bleak answer. Human blastoids model blastocyst development and implantation. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,748,695,569 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. How Bono and Sing 2 Feet director Garth Jennings breathed emotion into a guitar-slinging lion. Carter Burwell mines thriller genre for tragedy of Macbeth score. March docu-series at the CW will explore HBCU band culture, TV news roundup. Yellowstone Paramount Plus prequel 1,883 feet debuts first trailer. Let Arcs Film Festival unveils work in progress lineup. Lin-Manuel Miranda on creating Disney magic for Encanto. Warner Music chief Max Lausita on the company's stellar 2021 and being Variety's Executive of the Year. Western is just one of the flavors of the Mute Man of Sardinia, director Matteo Frisi says. Why Harlem is Girls Trip screenwriter Tracy Oliver's most personal project yet. Outsider Pictures plots Academy run for Brazilian claymation feature pick up Bob Spit, We Don't Like People exclusive. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Questions remain in Jelani Day's death. Lawyer Ben Crump calls on FBI to intervene. Congress avoids a government shutdown, but a long to-do list looms. The Carolina squat is now illegal on North Carolina's roads. Alec Baldwin says he's confident he's not at fault in Rust shooting. Netflix is making a feature film about the Thanksgiving grandma text mix-up. A top Chinese ride-hailing company delists from the New York Stock Exchange just months after its IPO. Parents of Michigan school shooting suspect are charged with involuntary manslaughter. Pearl Harbor families are alarmed about petroleum found in their tap water. Olympic diver and knitter Tom Daley launches his own online knitting shop. South Korea tightens restrictions after Omicron is detected and cases surge. The following headlines are from the week. What a Roe reversal would mean for Trump. Will a new indoor mask mandate in Oregon, be permanent? The curious case of the missing Republican legislative agenda. Trump is apparently a fan of Dr. Oz's Senate candidacy. Biden, with a cold, exults drop in unemployment rate during jobs report remarks. U.S. retail pharmacies struggling with vaccine administration as demand surges. The week's best photojournalism. Puzzles, printable crossword, issue, December 10, 2021. Puzzles, Solutions Crossword and Sudoku, issue, December 10, 2021. The following headlines are from the Texas Observer. The Supreme Court is itching to overturn Roe v. Wade. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Alan Shepard's daughter will be flying on the next New Shepard flight. NASA plans to retire the space station in 2030 and replace it with commercially owned destinations in low Earth orbit. An upcoming asteroid mission will be able to peer 100 meters under the surface. Our guide to the only total solar eclipse of 2021. These are the news headlines for today, Friday, December 3rd. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Tides, and the pull of the moon and sun. Horologium, the pendulum clock, bust in December. Total solar eclipse of December 4, 2021. Venus brightest for 2021 around December 3. Intense storms from global warming, and a mission to study them. Hurricanes expected to linger over cities in U.S. Northeast. December birthstone, turquoise, zircon or tanzanite. The colors of the stars you can see with your eyes. The next news is from Politico. Hundreds of House districts are being redrawn. Here's who's winning and losing. McCarthy admits GOP doesn't want to deal with infighting. Top National Guard officer tests positive for COVID. Appeals court lawsuit against Trump over rape denial. Suspects' parents charged in Michigan school shooting. Virginia GOP complete sweep of elections with State House win. Eastman takes the fifth with January 6th committee. How to blow up a podcast. U.S. employers added a sluggish 210,000 jobs in November. WHO says measures used against Delta should work for Omicron. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Parents of Michigan school shooting suspect charged with involuntary manslaughter. From high school sporty geek to test captain, the rise of Pat Cummins. Pat Cummins, Australian cricket's next big hope. Everyone is hooked on the idea, but 10,000 steps a day is not the ideal. A fairy tale wedding in a Scottish castle, or mom and dad's place. Local democracy is the new black, but need it be so blackened by developers? Why Bridget Archer is a badass, not a victim. Inside the battle that divided the Sydney Symphony Orchestra and Sydney Opera House. Why the best thing the Beatles ever did was break up. The thousands of cardboard boxes that have shown us the world. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. The moneyest, my father desperately begged me, son, get a lawyer. That woman is going to take away your inheritance. My stepmother kept $1 million after he died. NEO, Alippa the lead losses for U.S. listed stocks of Chinese companies after Diddy delisting the news. Burger King selling 37-cent Whoppers through Saturday. Adobe stock stumbles toward worst day in 20 months as DocuSign fears spark knee-jerk reaction. Coronavirus update, WHO has not seen any reports of deaths caused by Omicron variant, urges people not to panic as Delta still dominant. Commodities Corner, platinum, palladium buck an overall upward trend for commodities, poised for hefty 2021 losses. A new study finds that most COVID-19 boosters strengthen immunity, though there is no winning shot. Market Extra, as DocuSign suffers its worst stock decline on record, these ETFs have the biggest exposures. Metal stocks, gold ends higher after disappointing jobs data, but falls slightly for the week. Market Extra, ARK Innovation Fund falls to lowest level in over a year as Nasdaq Composite sinks toward correction. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Other barks and bites for Friday, December 3rd. Senate Republicans question FTC's con on zombie votes. USPTO's Hirschfeld gives update on small claims patent tribunal study. And Sal spins off challenges denials of USPTO Director Rivi, IPWatchdog.com. Meet the 33-year-old crow at transforming Bugatti into an F-Dream maker, rodenttrack.com. Top 5 legal tips to protect your business and brand, AC Big Media. 5 female inventors and how their inventions change the world, Discover magazine. Forget the ping pong table, companies offer patent help and equity in client work to attract developers, Tech Republic. Museum of Innovation is a must-see for all fans of technology, Belfast Live. Form 8K Limbach Holdings, Incorporated, 4, December 2nd StreetInsider.com. Protecting cannabis varieties and plants in Mexico, Lixology. Lars Brun, one of the great pioneers in forestry machinery, has left us, Forestry.com. Pacillavi is the obscure hobby of collecting egg cups, HeraldNet.com, the Daily Herald. The next headlines are from Quartz. Blackstone just became the biggest warehouse landlord in the world. Even economists are confused by the latest U.S. jobs report. Even dollar stores are offering delivery now. How to move to a new country. The second U.S. Omicron case is linked to a New York anime convention with 50,000 attendees. Leaders who favor in-person work say it's better for inclusion. It's not. How can scientists update coronavirus vaccines for Omicron? China is getting worried about Africa's indebtedness to it. Does buying the dip really work as a stock trading strategy? Why is Africa's COVID-19 vaccination rate so low? The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Newly revealed details show that Missouri government totally knew that journalists were not at fault for teacher data vulnerability. Daily Deal, the 2022 full-stack web developer bundle. Encrypted phone seller facing criminal charges fights back, says Sky Global isn't complicit in customers' illegal acts. Charter Spectrum funds front group to try and kill small Maine town's plan for better broadband. Colorado appeals court says a drug dog that alerts on now legal weed cannot create probable cause for a search. MLB removes references to current players on MLB.com due to lockout. Josh Hawley thinks we should break up Twitter because he doesn't like the company's editorial choices. Document shows just how much the FBI can obtain from encrypted communication services. Twitter's new private information policy takes impossible content moderation challenges to new, ridiculous levels. Daily Deal, Treblab FX100 Extreme Bluetooth Speaker and Treblab X5 True Wireless Earbuds Bundle. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this Daily News Headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Demi Lovato, Joel Osteen, Juicy J, Tristan Thompson, Doku Seinstock, Money Heist, Diddy Stock, 3-6 Mafia fight Bone Thugs and Harmony, Michigan school shooter, Grizzlies. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. A drone's best friend, Biden administration refuses to ban killer robots. Hollywood actor blames failure of his show on white supremacists. Parents of Michigan school shooting suspect charged. International Space Station swerves to avoid American space junk, Russia. What was missing? My death, fury in France as judo coach cleared of assaulting female Olympic champ. 2 COVID cases confirmed after $17,000 a seat jet lands from Omicron hit South Africa. Russian figure skater says it's easier for young stars as she backs increased age limit. Alternative Rusiagate report to be published. Ukraine's oligarchs know no borders. Biden claims he was Israel liaison when he was really in law school. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Facebook owner Meta relaxes rules on cryptocurrency adverts. Stockman, a bad tale of two inflations. South African COVID cases quadruple, Omicron confirmed in 6th U.S. state. Trevor Noah questions impartiality of Moderna CEO, gets called anti-vaxxer by his own fans. Apple alerts Biden admin officials their phones hacked by Israeli spyware. Goldman ignores dismal payrolls print, expects Fed to double pace of tapering and sees first rate hike in June. Okay, your euro-dollar sign curve has inverted, now what? China creates new state-owned mining giant to tighten control of rare earth supplies. S&P 500 futures had a bad week, worse lies ahead. Who's hiring and who's firing in November? More head-scratchers. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Women in Chile voice fears over far-right presidential candidate. Biden says crafting plan to deter Russian action against Ukraine. Entire Yorkshire coaching staff quit club amid racism scandal. WHO chief scientist urges people not to panic over Omicron. Can the 2015 nuclear deal be revived? U.S. officials' phones hacked with NSO Group spyware, Reuters. Michigan school shooting, parents of 15-year-old suspect charged. Qatar defeat Oman 2-1, advance to FIFA Arab Cup quarterfinals. Stocks sink as Omicron worries persist, investors move to havens. New California law affirms indigenous right to control burns. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Daily Mail, Jeffrey Epstein visited Clinton White House at least 17 times, sometimes twice a day. Report, Omicron spreads coast to coast to at least 5 states. Alumni around the country withhold donations, demand universities respect free speech. 25th Amendment, pundits react to Joe Biden's hoarse voice, tired appearance. Establishment media admit terrible jobs report a worrisome sign for Biden. Chicago public schools and sex-specific restrooms to promote gender equity. Breitbart News Daily Podcast at 24, Rep. Devin Nunes, Jedediah Bila on President Fauci, American Disunity, and Rona Radicalism. Alec Baldwin admits he cocked a gun before fatal Rust set shooting. Democrat Tom Wolf vetoes constitutional carry for Pennsylvania. Pictures, White House removes family stockings for Biden speech after controversy over missing granddaughter. The next headlines are from UPI News. Watch, chunk of ice crashes through roof of New Jersey home. Watch, goat steals papers from government office in India. Maryland man's unusual feeling leads to $50,000 lottery prize. Look, firefighters wrangle trio of escaped horses in Massachusetts. Watch, deer runs through orthopedics company's facility in Minnesota. Watch, Minnesota man amasses huge collection of Holmes beer memorabilia. Georgia man reunited with class ring after 15 years. Look, loose pig wrangled by animal control deputies in New Mexico. Watch, 44-foot pyramid of washing machines breaks Guinness World Record. Lizard stows away from Florida to England in suitcase. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. Part 3 of 7, New Jersey abductee describes blonde ET war about humanity's fate. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. China announces planting of Belgium-sized forests and expanded national parks. Hundreds of solar farms built atop closed landfills are turning brownfields into green fields. English teenager discovers hoard of 3,300-year-old axes and becomes metal-detecting celebrity. After years of helping Crow family, man was left mind-blown over their homemade gifts in return. Christmas fanatic turns her office cube into incredible life-size gingerbread house. Look. These underwater kites are generating tidal electricity as they move. World's first 3D printed eye focuses gaze on digital prosthetics. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Friday, December 3rd. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. CCSO, woman charged after social media video shows her preparing to smoke pot. Walmart pulls children's toy that swears and sings in Polish about doing cocaine. Maryland homeowner burned down house trying to fight snakes. Jill Biden axes Melania Trump's blood trees for restrained Christmas Day car. Bomb squad called to hospital after World War II era mortar is found in patient's butt. Italian tries to dodge COVID jab using fake arm. Colorado Medicaid contractor reverses course, will no longer try to recoup payments from mental health providers. Who is this Halo-themed Swarovski crystal for? Quake 1 gets its first major co-op content update in 25 years. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. 3 reasons why the internet is freaking out about a robot's facial expressions. United dragged by Twitter over greenwashing with its 100% sustainable fuel flight. Want that dev job? Make sure you can answer these 7 questions. Hey Google, here's a blueprint for a Pixel smartwatch to rival the Apple Watch. Real Musk fanboys travel to their funeral in a Tesla hearse. Crime prediction software promised to be free of biases, new data shows it perpetuates them. Why Nvidia's $80 billion deal to buy ARM is in jeopardy. Want to improve your e-commerce metrics? Focus on your QA score. Qualcomm's 8CX Gen 3 chip might make you reconsider Intel and AMD. Windows 11 start menu kinda sucks. These 5 changes could help. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Wraparound care coordination associated with many positive outcomes amongst youth with serious and complex behavioral health needs. Precise new form of brain surgery requires no incisions, scalpels. Can 7 questions determine how wise you are? Gene editing used to create single-sex mice litters, 100% efficiency. Whether people inform themselves or remain ignorant is due to 3 factors. Elevated heart rate linked to increased risk of dementia. Combined heat and power as a platform for clean energy systems. Wild Blue Wonder, X-ray beam explores food color protein. Damaged telomeres in the elderly may increase susceptibility to SARS-CoV-2. How statistics can aid in the fight against misinformation. The next headlines are from Information Week. Nasdaq CEO at Osri, Invent talks cloud's impact on fintech. Salesforce Slack drive continues with new co-CEO Taylor. How are organizations doing with cloud? 3 steps to take when implementing cloud-to-edge service models. Answering broadband questions in the infrastructure investment bill. Don't let your ITSM platform drain IT budget and resources. Wrangler goes low-code no-code to leverage data analytics. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Friday, December 3rd from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from NASA News. La NASA busca directors devulo promociones espaciales con humanas. NASA seeks next flight directors for human spaceflight missions. NASA awards Artemis contract for future Megamoon rocket boosters. NASA selects companies to develop commercial destinations in space. Public provides NASA ideas for engaging untapped communities. NASA to announce America's next class of astronaut candidates. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Unified police officer charged with DUI, accused of crashing patrol car while high on fentanyl. Hikers will soon need permits to climb Angel's Landing, Zion National Park announces. Researcher who uncovered indigenous schools' history in Panguitch leaves job after being told to stop work. A black Utah student was called the N-word during a football game, then he got punished. Ashley Olson, we license cars and drivers, why not license gun owners? Expect hazy sun and warmer weather this weekend, and a storm Monday night. Proud Boys to hold Kyle Rittenhouse appreciation rally in SLC on Saturday. How has Utah saved $75 million on welfare, by providing next to none and taking credit for LDS welfare instead? Commentary, how to address the crisis in the teaching profession in Utah. Red tape threatens free community fridge on Salt Lake City's west side. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. FBI says the Cuba ransomware gang made $43.9 million from ransom payments. PlayStation plans new service to take on Xbox Game Pass. Scientists raise concerns over baby genome sequencing plan. U.S. State Department iPhones hacked with Israeli company spyware. Amazon charges sellers fees that are high enough to offset losses from Prime, a new report says. Jimmy Wales is selling his first Wikipedia edit as an NFT. Microsoft backtracks on Windows 11's controversial default browser changes. U.S. indicts 2 men for running a $20 million YouTube content ID scam. New blockchain tech promises to ease Ethereum's growing pains. Another porn site says banks forced it to stop paying sex workers. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. South St. Louis County Police chase ends along I-44 bluff. Illinois authorities recover millions worth of stolen goods connected to organized retail theft. Man convicted for shooting man during argument over repairs. Why did a police plane circle St. Charles County? The task force is solving crimes. Suspects' parents charged in Michigan high school shooting. Tampa Bay's emergency backup goalie dressed for the Blues Thursday night. Steinberg works on year-round design and wants your ideas. More evidence the Battlehawks may return to St. Louis in 2023. Most juveniles hospitalized with COVID in St. Louis area in nearly a month. My heart sank, friends and family mourn St. Louis County officer killed in crash. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. City releasing red dye into Mission Bay to study water circulation. Check out the latest proposal for a reimagined Midway District, Arena. Taste of December Nights kicks off at Balboa Park. Board members call for Sandag transportation plan to move forward without road usage charge. Honda dealers giving away vouchers to help pay for Christmas trees. La Costa Canyon 2 have asynchronous day after serious threat reported in restroom. New COVID testing rules will impact travelers at San Diego Airport. San Diego resident who set out to run 2,021 miles this year will cross the mark Friday. Man from contentious law Mesa Juarez testifies in ex-cop's trial. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. UAE buys 80 Rafale F-4 fighter jets from France. Key West fast attack submarine returns to home port in Guam. Battle Kings Battalion soldiers fire new Paladin howitzers for first time. Pentagon contracts hardened GPS modules for U.S. allies. Canadian government confirmed Boeing disqualified from CF-18 replacement competition. Russia deploys anti-ship missile systems to disputed Kuril Islands. USAF 100th Air Refueling Wing receives improved version of KC-135 Stratotanker. Ukraine deploys sound blasters near Belarus border. The next headlines are from SupChina, top news about China. A New York Film Festival showcases independent Chinese film. Joseph Kuo and Taiwanese Kung Fu at the Old School Kung Fu Fest. Salmon Games. How did a shocking but inevitable delisting happen, in 6 steps? An economy reforged, Jude Blanchett and Lizzie Lee on China's new era. China to close loophole for foreign IPOs. Canada goose under fire in China for unfair return policies. China's cultural crackdowns, a guide. Explaining China's relationship with Indonesia, its gateway to Southeast Asia. Xinjiang, on technology and crimes against humanity. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Friday, December 3rd, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Woman reportedly caught breastfeeding cat on Delta Airlines flight. Why do the dates of Hanukkah change? 1 in 100 hospitalized with COVID-19 will suffer life-threatening brain complications. How much does a strand of Christmas lights add to your electric bill? Which cities rank highest for infidelity? Person wins over $1 on slot machine in Las Vegas. Hawaii resident with Omicron had no travel history, officials say. Blizzard warning issued in Hawaii. Stephen Curry awarded Western Conference Player of the Month honors. How you can spread holiday cheer to the Bay Area's low-income senior residents. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Study suggests past COVID infection may not fend off Omicron. Blackhawks F. Tyler Johnson sidelined by neck surgery. Bundy, campaigning counts as court-ordered community service. U.S. jobless rate sinks to 4.2% as many more people find jobs. Mickey Joseph to coach Husker receivers after 5 years at LSU. Blazers executive Neil Alge dismissed after probe. Famously soggy Seattle sees its wettest fall on record. Itasca moving into planning stage of downtown redevelopment. Glendale Heights man charged with sexually assaulting elderly woman in Addison. Elgin Council approves adding Spanish translator to city payroll during budget discussions. The following headlines are from Seattle PI. No flipping of the switch ceremonies at Leavenworth's Village of Lights. Great Figgy Pudding Competition, Urban Craft Uprising, comedy shows, more Seattle weekend events. King County election data shows strong early turnout for Kshamasa and recall election. Emerald City Comic-Con returns to Seattle this weekend with Star Wars-studded guest list. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Orange alert for Tropical Cyclone Joel 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0, 17.024 million in tropical storm. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.5 m, depth 10 km, in Tonga March 12, 2021, 8:40 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6 m, depth 9.92 km, in South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands March 12, 2021, 8:33 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 6.2 m, depth 10 km, in Chile March 12, 2021, 4:40 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Italy. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Friday, December 3rd in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from Cipher Brief Security News and High-Level Analysis. Central Intelligence Agency Deputy for Digital Innovation talks mission, partnerships and espionage challenges. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. IKEA staff, customers have sleepover during snowstorm in Denmark. MacArthur High School student arrested after pulling loaded gun on another student, district says. Mostly white jury seated in trial of Kim Potter, ex-cop charged in Daunte Wright's shooting death. Cases of COVID Omicron variant discovered in at least 6 U.S. states. 1 killed in fiery 18-wheeler crash on Hardy Toll Road during morning commute. Study suggests Omicron variant may overcome immunity protection from previous COVID infection. Battleship Texas will open to the public one last time this weekend. Rain chance returns Friday, record highs possible Saturday. Shop Localish, holiday deals and steals features deep discounts on fine American-made products. Suspect ran away after shots fired in Northeast Houston homicide, HPD says. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Turgeon out as Maryland men's hoops coach, Manning interim. Chiefs missing starters Fenton, Nyong for game versus Broncos. Portugal's interior minister quits after series of scandals. Russia registers record for virus-linked deaths in October. Stocks slump after murky jobs report, as markets swing. Le Pen honors Jewish, Polish victims of World War II in Warsaw. Outgoing Czech government to order vaccine mandate for 60 plus. Horse Biden says it's just a cold he caught from grandson. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Columbia University grad student fatally stabbed while jogging in Morningside Park. Photos, it's over-the-top holiday window season at Midtown department stores. Early edition, it's an exit interview, say whatever you want. What New Yorkers need to know about Omicron's arrival and the Delta surge hitting the holidays. Teachers Union, parents push for class size bill as legislative session winds down. NY officials identify 5 more Omicron cases, assume community spread ongoing. NYC will require private and religious school employees to take COVID vaccines. 4th NYC school shutters due to COVID, hinting at city's rules for closing. Extra, some people chose to eat magic dirt rather than get vaccinated. NYPD Commissioner Dermot Shea files for retirement. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Social distance, science and fantasy. Act to save children living precarious lives in Cameroon's forgotten and neglected conflict. COP26, convert climate promises to action, urge UN rights experts. UN chief, COVID-19 laid bare barriers faced by 1 billion people with disabilities. Partnering with persons with disabilities toward an inclusive, accessible and sustainable post-COVID-19 world. Omicron, don't panic but prepare for likely spread, says WHO. Big tobacco industry rides COVID-19 pandemic as countries grapple for response. Building a disability-friendly workplace, why includability matters. Clean energy alone won't uplift impoverished nations, we must invest in people. Disabled and displaced, helping Haiti's most vulnerable people. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. ADL ignores Waukesha attacker's anti-white extremism, claims he's not a follower of any extremist ideology. Jeffrey Epstein visited Clinton White House 17 times. How the Biden family gets away with an enormous amount of sleaze. The case for compulsory vaccinations is dead, Omicron just killed it. Flattening the curve or flattening the global poor, how COVID lockdowns obliterate human rights and crush the most vulnerable. World Health Organization says no evidence booster jabs would offer greater protection to the healthy. New York Times complains that cat videos are being used to spread misinformation. Rhode Island to introduce vaccine passport. H.R. 550, House passes bill to fund federal vaccination database. Waukesha Christmas Massacre vs. Kenosha BLM riots, a tale of 2 propaganda campaigns. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Does photo show Biden with Jeffrey Epstein? Grizzlies throttle Thunder by NBA record 73-point margin. In Denmark, a snowstorm means people overnight in an IKEA. Did a woman breastfeed a cat on a plane? Lawyers allied with Trump ordered to pay $175,000 in sanctions. Senate passes stopgap funding bill, avoiding shutdown. Omicron coronavirus variant found in multiple U.S. states. Did abortion rights protesters take abortion pills outside Supreme Court building? Lawyer backs up Baldwin's assertion he didn't pull trigger. Does photo show 9/11 victims' cars in NY Giants commuter lot? We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Martin Clark steps down as Daily Mail online editor and publisher. 2016 gunman's parents charged for chilling behavior before Michigan massacre. Biden doesn't support vax mandate for domestic flyers at this point. How exactly can scientists tweak the COVID vaccine for Omicron? This robot's facial expressions will freak you out. The CIA's slipshod path to torturing its forever prisoner. Omicron triggers unprecedented COVID surge hitting children under age 5 in South Africa. Devout Columbia PhD student killed, tourist injured in NYC stabbing rampage. J.D. Vance's investment firm got cancelled by the state of Delaware. Meghan Markle versus the mail is a grudge match that's far from over. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Biden signs stopgap funding bill to keep Gov running until mid-February. Sofia Culpo shuts down Braxton Berrios engagement rumors. Yankees hire Dylan Lawson as new hitting coach in deeper analytics commitment. Is new girl leaving Netflix? Kenny Smith blasts Knicks Kemba Walker benching, don't know how to use him. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The sky this week. The moon gets busy. A total solar eclipse over Antarctica. 50 years ago, a forgotten mission landed on Mars. Ask Astro if time stops for an object falling into a black hole, how can LIGO see black holes colliding? You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Omicron variant discovered in at least 5 states as millions prepare to gather for holidays. More cases of Omicron coronavirus variant confirmed in U.S. Omicron, what we know and don't know about the new COVID variant. Biden unveils new strategy to tackle COVID-19 and the Omicron variant. Biden to announce new measures to combat Omicron variant. CDC confirms first case of Omicron COVID-19 variant in U.S. White House COVID-19 response coordinator on first Omicron variant case in U.S., new restrictions. Infectious disease doctor on Omicron coronavirus variant. Ocean plastic pollution is being colonized by coastal species. Mystery prehistoric footprints re-excavated for second look. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. America's Got Talent contestant J.J. Phillips dead from COVID-19 at age 30, he was unvaccinated. Georgia 13-year-old fatally shoots 14-year-old sister with a homemade firearm, police say. Hawaii's Big Island bracing for weekend blizzard. Rihanna, newly crowned national hero of Barbados, shoots down new pregnancy rumors in most savage way. Slovakia sees record number of COVID infections amid national lockdown. Biden says no COVID-19 vaccine mandate for domestic air travel amid Omicron spread, for now. Nikki Haley, who is rumored to run for the White House in 2024, has pleasant meeting with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. Court clears way for trans girl, 11, to challenge West Virginia's discriminatory youth sports ban. Biden cheers plunging unemployment figures, despite disappointing jobs report. Parents of accused Michigan school shooter charged with involuntary manslaughter. The following headlines are from military.com. Oklahoma sues Biden admin over National Guard vaccine mandate. Racism plagues U.S. military academies despite diversity gains. World War II vet who survived COVID-19 honored on 105th birthday. Government shutdown avoided as Senate passes stopgap funding bill. There's petroleum in the Navy's water system, Hawaii Health Department finds. 10 airmen investigated for trespassing at Capitol riot, new military extremism report shows. Public confidence in the military drops again, survey finds. Russia sends missiles near Pacific Islands claimed by Japan. All soldiers will have email after system change, Army leaders promise. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Bell ringer shortage leaves Salvation Army behind in annual holiday red kettle donation drive. Republican governor candidates attempt to use violent crime increases path toward regaining suburban voters. Chicago is overdue for its first snowfall accumulation, so what are the chances of a white Christmas? Calumet City woman alleged to have trafficked 13-year-old girl. Women shoved to the ground, punched during 3 separate Lakeview robberies within 30 minutes. Column, Michigan school shooting doesn't happen without a gun. Why cannot America connect these dots? Southeast Side protesters threaten to camp out in front of Arbedy's house unless she denies scrap shredder permit. Daywatch, Illinois report cards district-level data shows steep declines. Waukegan residents fight decades of industrial pollution. How does Frango mint beer taste? Waukegan residents fighting decades of industrial pollution. Just because something isn't perfect doesn't mean you abandon it. Jussie Smollett's legal team begins defense at actor's trial for allegedly staging and reporting a phony hate crime. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Where did western honeybees come from? New research finds the sweet spot. Studying our solar system's protective bubble. Potential new gene editing tools uncovered. 3D fault information improves alert accuracy for earthquake early warning. Toys prove to be better investment than gold, art, and financial securities. Using green tea as reducing reagent for the preparation of nanomaterials to synthesize ammonia. Lightweight space robot with precise control developed. Air bubbles sound climate change's impact on glaciers. Two-dimensional bipolar magnetic semiconductors with electrically controllable spin polarization realized. BCIE experiment, search for new physics in charm energy region, progress and prospect. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Friday, December 3rd, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Why getting gifts for the holidays feels stressful. Is your modern lifestyle destroying your gut microbiome? 5 female inventors and how their inventions changed the world. The truth about cat people and dog people. Causes of phobias can be complicated. Do you have what it takes to be an astronaut? CBD gummy bears, best gummies and complete guide. What does it mean to have prediabetes? Autoimmune diseases are on the rise, along with more promising preventative measures. Yes, Vikings really did live in the Americas 1,000 years ago. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. AP source, State Department employees hacked by NSO Group. Even if games go on, MLB lockout could alienate Gen Z. Police, mall shooting stemmed from attempted robbery. English teenager finds Bronze Age axe using a metal detector. In Flea, an Afghan refugee's tale in vivid animation. Power, influence growing for SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey. Rich, want to be a U.S. Senator? Welcome to Pennsylvania. Wisconsin's Democratic governor vetoes GOP abortion bills. Alaska health officials urge vaccinations as Omicron spreads. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. PG&E agrees to remove wood debris left on zoo complex fire survivors' land. Oprah Winfrey blamed for Dr. Oz's rise to power and possible Senate seat. Man uses fake arm to try to get vaccine certificate without actually getting the jab. Elon Musk says initial Cybertruck production will be 4-motor variant. Prosecutors, Capitol rioter wanted to remove Pelosi, McConnell. Fuel found in military housing tap water near Pearl Harbor. Disneyland candy canes, when you can buy the cult classics this holiday season. California consumer confidence up 32% since Biden's election. Ravens OLB Odafe returns to practice, but secondaries on shaky ground before trip to Pittsburgh. Biden warns Putin against military action in Ukraine. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Wisconsin's Democratic Governor Tony Evers vetoes GOP abortion bills. Democratic Socialists decide against expelling squad ally in Congress. Oklahoma sues Biden administration over vaccine mandate for state National Guard. Where's the snow? Rockies winter starts with a whimper. Federal judge allows female soccer player to defend West Virginia ban on transgender athletes. Drinking water well at Pearl Harbor contaminated with petroleum, Navy says. Suspects' parents Jennifer and James Crumbley charged in Michigan school shooting. Biden blames raspy voice, cough on cold he got from grandson. Biden says economy is stronger, despite disappointing job numbers. Growing number of American adults now live alone, Census survey finds. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Greening Red America, breaking down Build Back Better's climate ag policy. After Michigan shooting, Democrats weigh competing approaches to school safety. The future of abortion rights is the future of other fundamental rights. If this can happen to Maria, then this can happen to you. Marijuana banking reform and defense bill on the brink of collapse as Democrats split. Biden to Pentagon, keep the war machine running. Blackwater founder Eric Prince sues The Intercept over Russian mercenary report. Eligible for release in 2016, Mutulu Shakur remains behind bars with worsening cancer. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Friday, December 3rd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. State AG's Retail Theft Task Force recovers over $1 million in stolen merchandise. Bears QB Andy Dalton to start Sunday. 2 men shot near Garfield Red Line Station. Bulls guard Alex Caruso's one-man show is playing well in Midwest. Jelani Day's mother wants FBI to take charge of investigation into her son's death. AJ Casey, Young opened the season with sky-high expectations. Whopper's anniversary celebrated with 37-cent throwback deal Friday, Saturday. Ranking the top 10 conferences in the area. Boy, 16, charged with the murder of 14-year-old boy in back of the yards. 15-year-old's parents charged in Michigan school shooting. The next headlines are from the Times of India. BCCI set to clear Indian team's travel to South Africa. Amid reports of dysfunction, Kamala faces early staff exits. Pact to allow Afghan trucks to ferry Indian wheat to Afghanistan. KBC 13, Amitabh invites Jay on Shander Shukrivar episode. Revised guidelines, new travel rules as center, states gear up for Omicron challenge, key points. Junior Hockey WC, Germany defending champions India's hopes. India revokes patent for PepsiCo's Lay's potatoes. Keeping close watch on Chinese forays into Indian Ocean. Toy poll, Kohli's controversial dismissal and umpiring standards. Pics, Vicky Kaushal visits Katrina Kaif's residence. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Friday, December 3rd, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. The Suffers battle tank and the band guess in a star-studded night. Preview, Potted Potter returns. Highline Park debuts at MKT Heights, Mozambique Galleria shutters. Things to do, the best things to eat and drink in Houston this weekend. Texans and Colts battle in Week 13 matchup at NRG Stadium. Final season of Narcos, Mexico. HISD maintains its mandatory mask policy. 4 thoughts on how the lockout impacts the Astros. 4 questions. Is Kevin Porter Jr. a point guard? Demystifying songwriting in the Beatles, Get Back. The next headlines are about world records making news. 2021 ISL Final, Day 1 Live Recap, Swim. Nick Fink beats his 50-breast American record by 300ths in upset of Shimanovic, Swimming World Magazine. Kelsey Delia breaks world record in 100 fly in ISL finale opening race, Swim. Tbilisi 2021, Folashadaluafimi at IO smashes world record again, International Paralympic Committee. Skyrim speedrunner beats his own world record, then promptly beats it again, PC Gamer. North Carolina angler catches giant red hyena, creates a new record category, Outdoor Life. LaGrangeville Homes world record Christmas light display shines on, Times Union. Wockhardt Global School readies for setting world record tomorrow, United News of India. Meet the man who just completed the first around-the-world triathlon, Men's Health UK. 5 things to know today, Omicron variant, federal medics, Walls visit, Bison World, record donation, Inforum. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Vote for one of these 25 incredible wildlife photographs. The weirdest things Star Wars Boba Fett got up to after escaping the Sarlacc. NSO Group spyware may have been used to target U.S. State Department officials. Sony is reportedly working on a PlayStation rival to Xbox Game Pass. 1 in 44 U.S. children are being diagnosed with autism, CDC finds. Microsoft relents, makes it easier to switch your default browser in Windows 11. The first edit to Wikipedia is being auctioned as an NFT. 2 men allegedly stole $20 million in music royalties from YouTube. At least 3 of Spider-Man, No Way Home's new posters aren't entirely design nightmares. 4 states just hit all-time December heat records. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Marble Bar in Australia at 115.52 degrees Fahrenheit or 46.4 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Verkhovensky in Russia at minus 62.32 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 52.4 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. iPhones of U.S. diplomats hack using zero-click exploits from embattled NSO. AT&T failed to fix Ohio man's broken internet service for a month. This enthusiast's keyboard and trackball used to launch nuclear missiles. FTC sues NVIDIA to preserve ARM status as Switzerland of semiconductors. Valve shows off final packaging, carrying case for the Steam Deck. Emails show what happened before Missouri governor falsely called journalist a hacker. Microsoft restores individual default browser setting in Windows 11 preview. Luna Display lets you wirelessly use a Mac as second Windows monitor. Apple AirTags being used by thieves to track high-end cars to steal. NASA sets sail into a promising but perilous future of private space stations. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Absolutely disgusted Minnesota sheriff unloads on Minneapolis PD over its cops hunting protesters. Parents of Michigan school shooter had previous run-ins with the law, report. Senate candidate Mehmet Oz says he's a Pennsylvania resident now, so why is he still hanging out in his New Jersey mansion? Gang member fatally stabs Columbia U teaching assistant, the knife's second victim, before arrest in Central Park, NYPD. Sylvester Stallone thrills QAnon cultists with cryptic photo. Next up on GOP's agenda, stripping women of political and economic power. Maxwell's lawyers challenge ex-Epstein employee's account of meeting accuser. Young mom left shaken after being detained by police at gunpoint over a clerical error. Prosecutor details shocking red flags left by Michigan shooter. Trump lawyer behind infamous coup memo will plead the Fifth at Capitol Riot Commission. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Twitter's new privacy policy is making it harder to spread warnings about online fascists. The Democrats have a discipline dilemma. In Syria's endless war, health workers are not only collateral damage, they're targets. Meat packers prioritized profits over worker safety during the pandemic. A new bill would force them to change. Cancer is the leading cause of death from disease in children. Here's why. The Michigan school shooting shows why lockdown drills aren't nearly enough. Some of the lawyers who attempted to overturn the 2020 election were sanctioned in Michigan. The House just did its part to avoid a government shutdown. Now GOP senators hold the cards. Lauren Boebert is only going to get worse. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Listen, the power of our sense of smell, why government scientists really do look for aliens, Wisconsin Public Radio News. Hot little planet is dense as iron zips around red dwarf star, Reuters. The power of our sense of smell, why government scientists really do look for aliens, Wisconsin Public Radio News. If we cannot design autonomous robots, maybe they can design themselves, TechCrunch. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Vanderbilt engineer leads DARPA project to enable AI machines to share knowledge, URIC alert. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. The right chemistry, bats don't deserve their negative image, Montreal Gazette. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Friday, December 3rd, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Pentagon heading up UFO research is totally bogus, says Congressman Tim Burchett. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Friday, December 3rd, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. Newsite is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by Newsite. All rights reserved.